know that less than 30% of skiers return to the slopes after a long break? Well, I'm back after 30 years, and I skied an incredible 53 days last season. Here is how I rediscovered my love for skiing, tackled my fears, and took my skills to the next level. From first chair to last, I went all in, and it paid off in a big way. Let's dive into what really helped me at 50 improve.
Sometimes it's hard to focus, just to persevere and just to make it, but everything that's within your grasp, you gotta take it, you gotta go harder, just dig deeper inside you to find that method, that mode that wants that hunger to survive, just to ride the grind, to take it the way you gotta take it and never stop.
First, did I mention I skied 53 days last season? I know, but that's more days than I totaled over the last 3 decades. Most of those days, I was right there waiting in line for the first chair. Every day out there helped me improve, learn, and get more comfortable. Number 2, another big thing, I made sure to follow people who pushed me. Some of them are professional alpine race coaches. I signed up for 6 weeks of advanced group lessons. Having people around who could give me feedback and push me to try harder and show me new techniques was huge. Number 3, I found tons of inspirational content online. Hello, you found me. Obviously, you're a YouTube, ski looky-loo. I binge watched YouTubers like Deb Armstrong, Stomp It Tutorials, Tom Gile, Carv Digital Ski Coach, and I always make time for Warren Smith. I love Warren. Watching and listening to these skiers gave me new insights and kept me inspired to keep pushing myself and implementing the techniques that they were teaching online. Number 4, I'm not just a fair weather skier. Even though I love the bluebird days, I skied through thick fog, pouring rain, blinding snow, negative degrees with insane wind chills. Pushing through in all conditions made me stronger and a more resilient skier. Now I feel like I can handle anything the mountain throws in my way. Number 5. At the beginning of last season, I was honestly nervous about skiing expert trails alone. Seriously, but I wanted to get better, so I got into lessons, and with the help of my instructor and my group, I tackled my first double black trails, and eventually I even hit the glades, and trust me, it was nerve-wracking but so worth it. And let's talk about the terrain park. Actually, the first time I went into the terrain park with my group lesson, I was the only one who chickened out and I didn't go on anything. And I was so mad at myself because that is how you improve, by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Promised that I would never do that again. And by the end of the season, I was hitting some pretty big jumps, a little scary. Thank goodness I didn't crash at Sugarloaf and at Breckenridge. Number 6. 2 years ago, when I got back out, about a dozen times, I borrowed equipment. I know, because I just didn't want to invest just yet. But after that season, I knew that I was ready to step it up a notch. And skiing in ill-fitting boots was not going to do it for me. I will never forget my first run after being professionally fitted and brand new all-mountain skis. I kept telling my friends I felt like a little fairy dancing down the mountain. It was a total game changer. So my advice for you, see a professional, visit the ski shop, and get fitted for the right equipment. Number 7. I'll admit, I'm a confident person. I don't know if you can pick that up. I'll sing karaoke all night, but skiing under a chairlift, I don't know what it is. It just used to freak me out. I think it's from when I was a teenager, and back in the day when I learned in the 70s and 80s, we didn't have helmets. So people knew that I was a chick and I would get catcalled, and I didn't like that, but I made myself do it more. And I stopped worrying about what anyone thought. And I think that's the beautiful thing about getting older, is that we just stopped caring. I would do my drills and not care what people thought if I was falling, practicing my whirly birds. But it's good practice. So now I'm going to be one of those people that has the GoPro or the Insta360 on my helmet, and I just don't care what people think. I don't. Another way I improved is I skied everything. And as you know, in all conditions, in all types of weather. I was on the bunny hill, to the double blacks, to the bumps, to the powder, to the ice. I am mostly an East Coast skier, so a lot of ice, you name it. but the mountain became my best teacher. Learning to carve was an absolute blast. I wasn't doing that in the 80s, so there's still a learning curve, and I need to get rid of my A-frame, and we'll talk a lot more about that in coming episodes. But and times definitely changed from the 70s and 80s, but it's nice to be back there and tackling things again, especially like a nice bumped up run, because that's like my happy place that I did well when I was a kid. This year was like so amazing, and I'm pumped for this season. I made so many great friends. I love being on the chairlift and meeting new people and hearing their ski story. So I'm excited to bring you along on the ride. So let's talk about my goals for this year. I definitely want to ski more than 53 days that I did last year. I want to push myself on more difficult terrain, get into the terrain parks more, and slay the glades. I have also invested in the new Carv 2, and I can't wait to share what I have learned and how I improved. So if you are ready to take your skiing to new heights, hit that subscribe button and let's make every ski day the best one yet. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you on my next episode.
That's how I give it up.